Many of you would like to work without a realtor in purchasing a home, and you're probably wondering, why am I telling you how to do this when this is my profession? Well, I'm not here to sell you on using a realtor. You have to make that decision on your own. But I have heard over and over about people wanting to do this on their own, so I thought I would give you some helpful pointers on how to buy a house without a realtor to help you make this a success. So here are tips to ensure you cover the essential items during this process. In this video, I will inform you of what needs to happen to protect you as the buyer in this transaction. I have a list that I use of 187 tasks when I'm working with my clients, but don't worry, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to make sure I hit on the most important things you should do, because this involves a significant amount of money. Typically, buying a home is the biggest investment you may ever make. So here we go. You need to make sure that you get a great mortgage lender to find out exactly how much you can afford, what you can qualify for, so that you can make your search for a home productive. And having a great relationship with this outstanding, hopefully, lender is going to make sure that your deal is going to get through, because the contracts are very specific about certain dates, and having a lender that you work well with is going to really help you. Next, you need to hire a real estate attorney. They will write your contract and do the title and the closing process. Now, they will not shepherd you through the transaction, and they don't negotiate. So you will be on your own for that, but the contract will be written correctly for you to follow. Now, if you like this video, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you receive my videos released every Tuesday on real estate information such as this. Next, you need to research the best area for you with the price you have been qualified for. Now, make sure you have looked into the information in the neighborhoods, see if there's anything you might not like for you. For instance, if there's a homeowners association, maybe their rules don't fit your lifestyle. Certain kind of vehicles can't be there, or number of pets, or even can have pets. All of those things you need to research to make sure that you are happy with that neighborhood. Now, once you have narrowed down the neighborhood and know that's exactly where you want to be, make sure that you request a disclosure from the owner, because at that point there are things you can't see, and we call those latent defects. For instance, maybe the house was built before 1978. You want to get a lead-based paint disclosure, making sure that if they have any information, to make sure that you are aware of everything before you put your signature on that dotted line. Now, for the sake of this video, I am referring to a situation where you're buying a for sale by owner. You could run into a situation that there is a realtor on the other side. Now, I want you to think about that, because that realtor who is now going to show you that property is going to make the commission that you could have hired someone to help you individually. The seller pays the commission, but they pay for both sides. So just sort of think about that as we go through these items. Now, you need to research the market to evaluate what kind of price are you going to offer for this home. You don't know if they put the right price on the home or if that's what you should pay. Now, you can use Zillow, but I want you to think about it. If you currently own a home, I want you to look on Zillow and see if you think that's a fair price for your home. If Zillow has your home priced too low, then you may want to think that it might not be right for that home. Or if they have your home way overpriced and you know it's overpriced, this is when you have to be realistic, it may not be correct. So make sure you look at all kinds of numbers to ensure that you are going to offer the correct price. After all, this is your money. Now that you've decided on price, next you need to contact the attorney to write up the offer. And remember, the contract has more than just money. Terms are going to be very important for you to get this contract accepted. Now that you've written up the offer, you need to contact the lender to make sure they give you a pre-approval letter, or if you're going to do cash, then typically they will want a proof of funds to make sure that you can qualify for the home. Next, you will negotiate directly with the seller. Now, I have to say, this is a part that realtors absolutely excel in, because that's what we do every day. But you're going to need to do it for yourself and stay firm on the things you will not budge, but you may have to give in on some other terms so that you and the seller meet together for you to get this property. So let's just assume that, yay, you got the offer and everybody has accepted the terms. So now now you need to get a hold of the attorney if there's any edits to the contract so that it can be done and you have both parties sign. Once that happens, you send everything that has been signed to the lender to start processing your mortgage to get that part started. Now also, you need to make sure that you get your escrow in to who's ever holding it, which I would assume would be the attorney that wrote the contract. Now, it's really important. If you're doing this in Florida, whoever pays for title is the one who is represented, and you may need to pay for title so that they will hold the escrow for you. I now suggest that you write the dates down that are really important so you don't miss them, because if you miss a date, that means you could lose your deposit. So make sure you know the dates you have to put deposits in. Make sure you get those in there. So there's 1 deposit, 2 deposits, that you followed the lending rules of when your mortgage has to be applied for. The attorney is not going to do that. So this is going to be totally up to you. Now you need to have inspections. Hopefully you negotiated to have inspections. So hire an inspector. You need to coordinate with the seller that you're going to be there. You get them done, and possibly there could be some things on that inspection report you don't like. So now you're going to go back and renegotiate with the seller to make sure either the repairs are covered or maybe the seller isn't and you're willing to move forward. But those dates on that contract are really important so that you have the advantage of making a decision to move forward or not after inspections. Now you've gotten through inspections, you need to contact the lender again to make sure that the appraisal has been ordered, because you have a time frame for that. Because what happens if the appraisal comes in lower than the offered price? Again, now you negotiate a third time for the contract. Once you have gone through all of this, if there is a homeowners association, make sure that you have applied for the homeowner certificate. Most of them will not close if they require an interview without you going through the hoops of qualifying for the homeowner association. Now that that's done, you need to verify that you have the loan approval within the days allotted in the contract. As you move closer, make sure that the lender has sent their closing paperwork to the title company so that you close on time. You need to review the closing statement, make sure the title work looks acceptable, coordinate a closing date between you and the seller, transfer the remaining monies owed to the title company, transfer the utilities, do a walkthrough once they have moved out of the home before closing, and then you need to sign all the documents, get the keys, and the instructions about some specific things about the house. Phew! The big day is here and you own that new home. Now, there are a lot of steps to follow for a successful home purchase. So please remember to hit the subscribe and the bell to receive notifications on my videos. But also let me say that you've listened to this and it just seems a little overwhelming. I have some A-rated realtors that work around the country that I can refer you to. But if you still want to proceed, put your questions or comments below. I would enjoy answering them. Maybe I can help you with something else, and I am going to wish you much success in purchasing your home on your own. And until next time, see you later.